computer. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to the November meeting. It is November the 17th of 2022. We have several guests here tonight. If you guys haven't noticed, Bob and Dave and Jennifer and somebody incognito, LWO126. At least some of them are from Robert's class, which we want to welcome y'all here tonight. And we're hopefully you get something out of this. You guys are used to Robert, so that's 10 times plus for you guys. So welcome. And is there anybody else? We've got a couple of people we haven't seen in a while. We've got Christy in for a few minutes. We've got Judy back. And that's awesome to see you guys back in the meetings for our basically our last Zoom meeting of the year. Again, I've got a cold, so excuse me if I have to stop and cough. We have a few announcements. Our assignment sheet, our assignments for 2023, our monthly assignments have been uploaded to the website, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick and show them to you. Look, not this. Where we go. Can you see my screen? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Let me see here. Everything's in my way. I can't see anything down on the bottom. That's a better place for you. Let's see, to go over here. And I'm going to bring up the Tampa Bay Camera Club. And if you go to the website and then you click on this menu, this thingy right here in the corner, which is the menu thing, and you go over here to annual competition assignments and scroll down, you will now see the 2023 monthly exhibit assignment subjects. And take a look at these, read through them. We've put in a couple of links this time. We are doing minimalism in February, which is our redemption minimalism, because we all had such a rough time with it this year. So there is a link to Jim's minimalism gallery, so you can take a look and see what minimalism is. And we also have, I think we have the video. I'll have to send you out. If you're interested, let me know. I have a link for the video that we have, because that was a special presentation, and we have a private video, a link for that. And then again, in time lapse down here, we had that class from Jim a couple of months ago, and we put the video in here, the link for that video as well. You also can go to, if you want to see the whole thing, this is just the video he put in the video into the lesson, into the presentation. If you want to see the whole meeting, in other words, all the questions and answers that he did afterwards as well, you can go to the meeting for that month. But here's the list. Be sure to read the descriptions, because it kind of gives you a better idea of what they're going to be looking for, because that's what they're going to be going by when they judge it. The education nights for next year, we've got our first one set up for the new year, which is with Mike Motes. Some of y'all may remember him. He judged our macro photography competition that we had a couple of years ago, and he was here for he just judged it, and we talked to him for a few minutes. But this time he's actually going to do a presentation on macro photography, because that's one of the assignments that's coming up. So he's going to come and do a special presentation in January for us. In February, Robert is going to do, and Jim as well, if he wants to chime in. A couple of months ago, we did a panel discussion where we had a lot of subjects requested. We didn't really have enough time to go into the more complicated Lightroom and specifically some Photoshop questions that people had. So I've saved all those questions, and we're going to go into those in more detail, specifically in February. So that's what our education night in February. And one of the other upcoming assignments is environmental portrait. And Robert and Jim, I hope, will be able to put together something on environmental portraits for us for March. So that's what's coming up. We have no more education nights this year. We are finished our last one last month with Jennifer. So, you know, this is actually our last meeting on Zoom. That brings me to our actual last meeting, which is our annual awards and holiday holiday. I'm going to share my screen again and go back to the main page, which is right here. If you go to the web page, all the details for the annual awards and holiday meeting or holiday party are all on the website. It's on December the 4th, which is Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. We've got a lot of things planned, but you need to sign up for there's a link here that goes to a spreadsheet where you can check and see what's already been signed up for the potluck. And then you can sign up here for what you're going to bring, and be sure to hit the submit button. And don't forget, we have a silent auction. It's photo related items, things that you want to donate to the, you're not going to make any money off this. Is just money you're, you know, donating basically to the club. And this helps pay for our special speakers. And then also don't forget, we have the push pin, which is no longer, it's more like a clothesline presentation of images that we have not seen before, but there's a story behind them. So this, you know, most of the time you don't get to talk about your images until maybe Robert asks you about them. This time, that's all it's about. You get up and you talk about, you give the story behind the image. We have a lot of fun with that. So, excuse me, it needs to be at least 8 by 10 and on something not too heavy so we can put it on the clothesline, but keeps it stiff, like a mat board or matted or something, foam cord, just that so you can hang it up with, and it's not gonna flop around and fold up in the breeze. So we've had this there for the last 2 years at Felipe Park and Safety Harbor, and we've had a lot of fun. And you know, in December the weather's pretty cool usually, and we've been pretty lucky with the weather, so we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, please go on the website, look at all the details here. We also have a raffle. Pretty much everybody wins a prize usually. And that's about it. Any questions about the annual meeting? Okay. The next thing I need to talk about, and we always hate this part, is we need to renew our memberships. Our memberships run from January to January. So unless you renew, you just joined the club in the since October, which is, we kind of use that as the turnaround date. If you join from October 1st till now, you get in a whole year plus those couple of months. But if you join before October, you need to join again in January. We haven't changed the dues for many years, so it's still $40 a year. So you come to that second page again in the website, and right here it's under membership. Down at the bottom, you click on this pay membership dues. Please do fill out the information form again, so that we make sure we have the correct information for you. A lot of times people change email addresses and phone numbers and stuff like that. We want to make sure we have that correct information. And then go to the bottom of that page. Let me go ahead and click on it here. And you fill in all of this, and then go down to the bottom of you submit the form, and then you buy now, and it goes to PayPal, and you can pay with all your credit cards in PayPal. Also, if you so desire, don't forget, we do take donations for education and presentation. So I want to thank all those of you that have done it. Some of you have sent us money repetitively, and we really, really appreciate that. It makes it a lot easier for us to bring in good speakers and do some of the things that we do for you guys, and not feel like we're, straining the treasury. So yeah, go ahead.
I want to second that. Thank you to all the people who have donated and continue to donate. We truly love you from the bottom of our hearts for your gifts. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. We were for a while there, we were in a bad way, and we were trying to figure out how the heck we were going to get these folks in to speak, but you guys came through for us, and we really appreciate it. So we're hoping that even $5 helps. So whatever you can do, we appreciate it. And let's see. Oh, and just one other thing, the board is working on some outings for next year. We've been trying to do one at least once a quarter, more often if you know, if it makes sense. So we've got a couple ideas that we're working on, and as soon as we know something, we will let you know. Hopefully we got, you know, and I probably am going to be sending out a little poll about what you guys are be interested in somewhere later next month, maybe when I have time. I try to figure out how to do it on, they've changed everything on Zoom, and it's not as easily to do polls on Zoom as it used to be. You've got to have an app and all this stuff. And I was waited too late, and I was so sick this week, I wasn't even thinking about it until 20 minutes before the meeting. So sorry about that. Anyway, does anybody else have any comments? Robert?
Just know that tonight is going to be a little brutal.
Oh, just tonight, huh?
Yeah, tonight.
Jim, any comments?
Ditto what Robert said.
Oh, the final night's gonna be killer.
This turned out to be apparently a difficult subject.
And so Jack, take that to heart. I don't know, either way you want to go.
Is that directed at me?
No, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying they were brutal. So, I mean, you could be brutal too, or you can be kind to us.
I'll have pity on my fellow members.
Yeah.
Lynn, is there a reason we're only seeing the top of your head? Are you trying to hide your nose so we don't have to see the?
Like, sorry, my camera slipped.
Oh, okay. We want to see the rest of you.
Disconnect it because it's I only
That's-
have one
that's
USB
be-
port. USB-C.
That's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I only have one USB-C port, and when I downloaded my images, I had to move it and forgot.
So is there a reason the judges are going to be brutal tonight? What happened? Did
We have been.
we torqued them off or something?
Hey, I think this is minimalism revisited.
Oh,
The ugly doors revisited.
Or doors revisited. I don't know. But anyway, maybe we're a little too on the nose. I'm not sure. Anybody else have any comments or questions about anything I've talked about? We got a lot of images to get through. Don't everybody talk at once. All right, let me get myself situated here. Get rid of this light. Give myself some room to work in so I can pull up the score sheet. All right. All right. This needs to be over here. Sorry, I'm working on three.
While you're getting ready, how's Doris? How's Ohio?
Doris, how's Hawaii? Oh, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio is about 29 degrees right now.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
It snowed a little bit a couple times, just light snow
That's
flurries.
Leslie.
We had a little snow in Kansas the other day, too.
Victoria, are you freezing?
Today wasn't too bad. I was freezing yesterday. We did have a little bit of snow over the weekend too.
Are you still in Kansas? Or
Still in
Arkansas?
Kansas. We got our house, bought a house down in Texas. We'll be moving down there in about 2 weeks.
Oh, geez. Get down there before it snows.
That's the plan.
All
So
right.
you won't be in Kansas anymore.
She will be in
No,
Kansas.
I won't be.
All right, are we ready to start the exhibit? I
Yeah.
am going to share my
Yep.
screen and pull up Lightroom. Yeah, wherever it is. Lightroom, where are you? Okay, what happened to Lightroom? It's on, but it's not. Oh, there it is. It's over on the other screen. Not supposed to be over there. I don't want to start you back up again. Put this over here. Ah, I hate it when it does this. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting to have this
Worries.
issue tonight. All right. This. Here we
Did
go.
anyone shoot the meteorite showers last night?
No. All right. Can you see my Lightroom?
yes.
Okay. pull this over here. This stuff out of the way. All right. All right, we have a couple of makeups from last month, which was ICM. So we're going to do those first. So where is my score sheet? There it is. All right, I think I've got, now I'm situated. All right, Jack, you ready?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, the first one is called Green Waves.
Wait, is this one Green Waves, Lynn?
Yeah, this one's Green Waves.
Okay.
Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Tom Hickey. Next one is Subtle Bay. Score is 22. That's an award for Tom as well. And that's all of the makeups we have. So we're going to go to our November assigned. And the first one, let me get rid of all these things that we don't need at the moment. The first one is, could fall be around the corner? Score is 21. That's an honorable mention for Sylvia. Next one is pick one. Oh, and for those who don't know, the assignment for this month was called Fall Colors. Just so you, just in case you haven't figured that out yet, that's what they were. Okay, what the heck? Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Karen. Next one is Hemlock Trail.
Recording in progress.
Score is 23. That's an award for myself. Next one is Autumn Leaves. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Jack. Next one is Colors. It's Sunset. Score is 21. That's an honorable mention for Jack. Oops. Next one is Flume Gorge. Score is 22. That's an award for Diana Cahill. Next one is Touch of Gold. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Natalie Smith. Next one is a fall at High Banks. Score is 23. That's an award for Doris. Next one is Fall Flare, the Beauty Berry. Score is 21. That's an honorable mention for Kathy Thompson. Next one is Peaceful Road. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Brian Schneider. Next one is Fall Colors in October. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Jim Hagan. Next one is New River Gorge. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Jim Hagan. Next one is Golden Fruit. Score is 20. Honorable mention for Fong. Next one is Colorful Bridge. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Brian. Next one is Kinglet. Score is 22. That's an award for Diana Cahill. Next one is Reflections of Fall. Score is 23. That's an award for Lourdes. Next one is A Splash of Fall Color. Score is 24. That's an award for Lee. And I guess Robert just turned a corner. Next one is
Yes, I agree.
Fall Colors. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Lee. Next one is Fall Colors -1. Score is 23. That's an award for Lourdes. Next one is Florida Fall Colors. Score is 23. That's an award for Sylvia. Next one is Hanging Out. Score is 23. That's an award for Jan. Next one is The Leaf. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Karen. Next one is Maelstrom of Fall Colors, Altered Reality. Makes me dizzy. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Jim McWilliam. Next one is Show Off. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Jan. Next one is Swirling Leaf. Score is 23. That's an award for myself. Next one is My Favorite Fall Colors, Altered Reality.
And you said altered reality?
Yeah, I think it's a composite.
Oh, okay.
Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Jim McWilliam. Next one is Fall in Big Creek. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Judy Lane. Next one is Pumpkin Patch. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Natalie. Next one is Reflection of Reality. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Barry. Next one is Barely Autumn. Whoa, this was a very small image. It's, if it's smaller, then it doesn't, let me see if I can make it smaller. There you go. Sorry. It was way too small for putting.
Yeah, it's a thumbnail. That's the actual size that you're showing now.
Yeah. You have to get really close to it, Jack, to see it. Sorry. Its score is 21. That's the honorable mention for Tom. Next one is Sea Autumn. Another really small image. If you look really close, it's a little critter. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Tom. Next one is Fall in the California Mountains. That's better. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Valerie. Next one is Past Their Prime. Score is 23. That's an award for Leslie. And last but not least is this one, which is A Little Further to the Bridge.
That one's showing?
Yeah.
Oh, my computer. There you go. Now I see it.
Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Leslie. Okay, that's the last of the assigned. So we will go to general. And for those that are not familiar, we go through all the judging and then we start doing the commentary / critiques on all of these. So that's what we're doing now. First one is Pointing the Way. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Jim Hagan. Next one is Denver Art Museum. Score is 23. That's an award for Dom. Next one is Lifeless. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Jack. Next one is Tree Trio. And Robert's turning again.
Sorry.
Score is 22. That's an award for Natalie. Next one is Infrared Railroad. Score is 23. It's an award for Barry. Next one is Roomney Rocks 2. Score is 23. That's an award for Diana. Next one is Wisconsin Farm. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Brian. Next one is Hector at Work. Alter Reality. Score is 23. That's an award for myself. Next one is Hand Rolling a Cigar. Alter Reality. Score is 23. That's an award for Lee. Next one is Back to Surianto. Score is 21. It's an honorable mention for Fong. Next one is Capri Blue Grotto. Score is 22. That's an honorable mention for Fong. Next one is Early Morning on the Lake. Score is 23. That's an award for Kathy. Next one is Kicking Up Some Fall Leaves, Altered Reality. Score is 23. That's an award for Lourdes. Next one is Impatiently Waiting. Score is 23. That's an award for Karen. Next one is Spotlight. Score is 23. That's an award for Jan. Next one is Coming Home at Dusk. Score is 24. It's an award for Barry. Next one is High on a Ledge. Score is 22. It's an honorable mention for Leslie. Next one is gray can be beautiful. Score is 23. That's an award for Sylvia. Next one is ICM, Racing Through Time. Score is 23. That's an award for Valerie. And last but not least is Sharing Princess. Score is 23. That's an award for Valerie. Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break. Let's be back here at 7:48 and we'll get started with the commentary critique. Be right back, guys. Like Robert finally made it home.
Well, it was one heck of a good week for Twitter employees and for crypto investors.
Why do you say that?
Because Elon Musk is decimating Twitter, and
Oh, you're being facetious.
yes, I'm being facetious, and crypto is totally tanking.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Hey, Lynn, I'm making my membership payment in cryptocurrency. Is that okay?
I don't think so.
I pay in lira.
No
Hey,
crypto.
Lynn, do you happen to know if Circle B is open?
Last I heard, yes.
'Cause I mean, I know they reopened after.
But yeah, but that was after the other hurricane. I've been kind of out of it since I got back from Georgia, because the other hurricane happened while I was away. So yeah, I would just go to their Facebook page, Jim, and
Yep.
it should be able to find out from there. Just check on Dennis Hollingsworth's page. He'll tell you on
Okay.
his timeline. He'll tell you what's going on.
I'll be near there on Thanksgiving Day, so I may just pop over.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they were open, prior to me leaving for Georgia. Actually was going to go there and then ran out of time, but I don't know if any damage occurred after Nicole. So
Yeah. Well, I know there are issues with the Peace River, and I think that's kind of what did them in before.
yeah,
So the answer is I don't know.
yeah. Just check on their Facebook page and they'll let you know.
Thank you.
Are you talking about Circle B?
Yeah.
It's all open.
Okay.
We were there Sunday and Alligator Alley was closed, but then it reopened like the next day, like Monday. So as far last thing I saw, everything's open.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
You know what, Jim McWilliam?
Yeah, what?
Your background picture makes it look like you're broadcasting from inside of a giant plastic hamster ball.
I may very well do.
Yes.
Hey, I'm full of surprises.
Oh, gee. It's just like if he starts running, you'll know what's going on.
Yeah. You see us start, spinning around.
He had Robert and we lost him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there he is. He's there.
Lynn,
Robert's back.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Lynn,
Okay. I see.
I have a technical question for you, a Zoom question or whatever.
Yeah.
90% of the images that came up looked like they were blown out to me. My monitor was calibrated. I went out and looked at a couple of my photos and they looked exactly as I know them to look and they looked correct. Yet when I was looking at the images through Zoom or whatever, everything looked way brighter. I don't imagine people would have put pictures in that were so bright that you couldn't see detail.
Yeah, Zoom does mess them up somewhat, but
Okay.
Robert and Jim saw the actual images on
Okay.
on a Lightroom gallery.
It was
So,
a technical thing because I'm looking at them and
Yeah.
a lot of them, I'm just saying, whoa, I was squinting. and saying, that's bright.
yeah, they, unfortunately, Jack only sees them through Zoom. The third judge only sees them through Zoom, but the third judge usually is looking for impact more than technicalities. So, but Jim and Robert see it on their own computer as an image in Lightroom. We don't do a Zoom thing. They're actually getting into, I send them a link to the gallery. So they actually see the gallery.
And I actually am forwarded all the images that go to Lynn. I get the original images as well. And actually on my system, there's very little difference between what I'm seeing on Zoom and the actual original images I have in my computer. They're very close on my system.
Same here on mine. Same.
Yeah, they're not bright on mine on Zoom. They're very close to the originals.
That's weird because looking at mine, I mean, I spend a lot of time on tonality and it was dark areas were about 25-30% lighter than I'm used to. So it's got to be something with Zoom or where.
Yeah, don't worry. I judged yours on the original actual email submission, not
I'm not
over the air.
I'm not concerned about that. I'm just looking at most of them to me look like they was very, 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 very bright. I say, not that many people would enter pictures or put pictures in that were like a stop and a half,
it's not
more overexposed. Okay.
Yeah, that's not happening on my end.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Robert, I imagine you want to make a statement before we get started, or Jim? Robert's doing things now.
If I were to make a statement, I would say that think about the word exhibition and think about, when you're submitting something, it's an exhibition. Is it something you want to exhibit or is it something you want a critique on. Or what we see a lot of is, did you take an image that happens to have the criteria in it? Just because you have an image that happens to have the criteria of what the assignment is, does not necessarily make it an exhibition image, if that makes sense.
Robert?
I'm saying the same thing. I'm seeing more images that are warranted critiquing, and which they are about to get critiqued.
There are submissions that are there, especially in assigned. It's a submission that happens to have fall colors, but is not necessarily exhibition worthy.
But I do have one thing to add to that, guys, and gals, and people, and those and they, understand that this is not a deal breaker. Don't go running away from us just because we said this. Understand that you guys have submitted some really great images in the past.
We've had a few nights recently where the overall submissions have been wonderful.
Yeah, a lot of awards.
I'm having a little trouble visualizing the difference between an item that's for critique and one that's for exhibit. Can you give us an example of one for exhibit that we could maybe cling on to?
I mean, if something that's exhibition worthy would be something that you might be willing to spend the time and the effort printing for yourself, possibly hanging on a wall, or making an actual print displaying something worthy of exhibit. Or are you legitimately putting something in because you really have a question about this image and you really want you really want to hear some technical advice about it? I see a lot of stuff falling in between that's, I have an image that fits, here it is.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from some of the other club members, but I'm really having trouble grasping the great significance between the two.
We had a judge not a judge, a speaker one time in New York many years ago, and his comment was, is it a snapshot or is it wall worthy? So basically, did you take a picture of something and it looks okay? Is it blown out? Could you have done some work with the color? Could you have enhanced certain parts of the picture to bring them out, etc.? Or to just come out of the camera, it's a snapshot, I was there, and that's it. Or is it something that you would hang on your wall proudly? And that was his distinction. And I always remembered that.
But there's more to it than that, guys. What they're saying is the difference between what you would put on the wall and whether sometimes I put stuff on here that I just want to critique on. I don't really care about the score. I want to know what they think and what other people think of it. That's the difference. That's what they're trying to make a difference between. You're putting this up here, there's three things. You're fulfilling the assignment and that's all you care about. Are you trying to get a critique on the image itself, or is it a wall worthy? Those are the three, right, guys?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. You are going to get a critique no matter what. But tonight, it's going to be especially a little different than what you're used to. I just don't want you running away thinking that I'm being brutal because just for the sake of being brutal. I'm being forthright because I want us to grow from this.
Right. This is going to be your New Year's resolution a little early. Learn from your critiques.
Why do I think Robert is going to enjoy this evening?
No, this is a great evening.
No, it's about it's about wanting to go out and put effort into it, or just email something in that meets the requirements.
Okay, and so that being said, I would like everybody, obviously take turns, and we don't want to take all night. But we want everybody to participate. So this is not just me and Jim and Robert and Jack as the other judge. We need everybody to participate. And if you have questions or if you have comments, take your time, go ahead and say something. We just don't, unfortunately, we can't spend a lot of time on each image because we've got a lot of image to get through. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started on this first one.
Yeah. This first one is giving me nothing about fall colors being the primary subject.
Sylvia, comments?
Yeah, it's Lettuce Lake Park, it's Florida. I'm rounding the corner and there's that one maple tree that we get in Florida that has some color, which is kind of unusual in Florida. And I think I was sort of the around the corner. If I go around the corner, will fall be there or is that it? So, but I agree, it's not, the fall color is probably not enough of a focal point of the image.
It's Florida. Fall is not around the corner.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what that was sort of a play on.
Yeah.
But it's hard to, you just didn't get my vision.
Yep.
No, I would agree. And to be honest with you, if I'm truly honest, I think this is probably a good example of trying to meet say, I haven't been anywhere up in North Carolina or travel anywhere, to have fall colors. And I think it was an attempt to submit a photo. So if I'm honest, it was probably not a good idea on my part.
Confession
Grab one
is
of those
good
maple
for,
leaves and make a macro.
confession is,
Yeah, exactly.
confession is good for the soul, Sylvia, but bad for the reputation.
Oh, well, yeah, that's okay. I'm too old to worry about my reputation.
Next one is Karen.
I have comments about this one. I found the color combination very striking. I didn't see it marked as alternate reality. I did find that the bright blue stems on the pumpkins made a great visual contrast with this and really turned it into something different than what you normally see when it comes to an image of a pile of pumpkins or a pile of squash. And the question I have is, what was the thinking behind the blue stems, or were they actually dyed blue like that at the produce stand?
No, I think it was probably a combination of the way I processed it and the way they were there, but there was no altered reality here. It was just, as it is.
I would say dark blue pumpkin stems would be altered reality, but but actually, like I say, that's what for me, that's what brought this image, a step above the usual, was the blue stems.
Yeah, I just took in Lightroom, I just used the eyedropper and stuck it on one of these stems, and that's how it changed it. So
yeah, and now it's just an everyday run of the mill snapshot of a pile of pumpkins, but with the blue stems, it really held my attention in this case.
Lynn, if you're gonna do this, let's take some values down a little bit and let's brighten the yellows up.
okay.
Your pathway is great. I mean, no problems with that. No problems with the fact that you're doing aspens. But what I'm getting is I'm getting more of aspen than I am getting what that beautiful bright yellow is.
Okay.
Yeah, is there a reason for that you decided to leave the white sky up in the upper left corner instead of cropping it down to keep the eye moving down the path instead of up into the left corner?
I thought it would squish it down too much. I liked the length that it gave the whole picture. So I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like.
Well, if you're gonna leave it like that, then bring the value down on it.
You're saying do something like that?
Well,
Yeah, you can even a little more, because you still got that hot spot in the upper left corner. My eye keeps going up there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Now my eye goes down the path. Now my eye doesn't go up into the left corner of the photo. Now my eye goes down the path down to the convergence point.
Okay. All right. Thanks. And next. This one is Jex.
Jack, what do you have to say about this?
I printed and put it on my wall, by golly. I make a big print of that one.
Jack, although your colors are there and your blues, your reds, your yellows, and your composition is off.
Oh, is it?
Absolutely.
Where?
Tell me more.
Where's the where's the primary point of focus? Where am I supposed to? What's the primary point of focus?
The middle of the picture.
The focus is red. Right?
Okay. I see.
It's red.
Yeah. It is red. However, in the lower left-hand corner, you chop me off, you stop me. In the left-hand middle, you stop me.
Yeah.
So, and then you bring me back to the center. So when I go back to the center, all the leaves are turned away from me. I don't have a primary there. So yeah, composition is off.
Okay.
And the contrast and the sharpness are off in the center. The contrast and the sharpness are in a different part of the image. You know, where you say we're supposed to look in the center is not what's in focus and has good contrast and sharpness.
Yeah, I see all that.
The sharpest part with the most contrast is lower right.
Oh, right here.
Lower right. Yeah.
Look at the leaf. Look at the leaf in the lower right, and then compare that to the center where you say you want the viewer to be looking.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
You can keep the mat board, but you can throw the image back out of the frame.
Moving on.
I'll use it as a backing.
Yeah.
This one is okay.
Now, I have so many questions about this.
It's got some funky color going on in it right here.
But that's supposed to be the sun.
I don't remember this being marked as altered reality.
Well, no, it's not.
Unless you took this on a planet that has 3 suns.
Right.
There's a lot wrong here because your clouds indicate that the sun is upper right above the clouds.
Correct.
The light and the shadows on your trees indicate that the sun is upper left of the camera.
Correct.
Yet we see the sun below the clouds on the horizon as a third. There's 3 lighting sources in this image, as if there's 3 suns. It's visually very distracting.
My goodness, you figured all that out.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah.
See the shadows here, guys? This is what they're talking about. See the shadows on the trees?
Yep, I see that.
See where that says that the sun should be?
The light's coming down from here.
But then look at the clouds, which shows the sun would be above and to the right of the clouds.
That's correct.
And then there's a sun.
And then look at where the sun is. The artificial sun has been placed in the image.
So the moral of this story is?
You can't get around Jack and Robert.
Yeah, very amateur. That's what it is.
You can't get around Jim and Robert.
Very, very amateur.
Yeah, if you're going to place the sky.
Mark it definitely. Definitely. If you do that again, indicate it as altered reality, and you'll definitely get more. You'll get more leeway on it.
Trust me, I'll try not to do that again. Thank you. Very good critique. Well appreciated. Yeah.
Diana here.
It's Diana Cahill.
Diana Cahill.
Yeah. I'm here.
Diana Cahill.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Diana. What do you want me to see in this photograph?
I want you to look down the hill to the covered bridge.
The covered bridge. And is the covered bridge covered up by the branches that are going into it?
Yes, it is.
That's a problem.
Okay.
Diana, could you have stepped a little bit to the left?
No, I'm actually reaching through a fence with a 10mm lens, taking this as the path turns away down the hill around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, it's always rough when you can't make a step to the left or the right.
Yeah.
Diana, Diana, you're not dedicated enough.
Hey, Sylvia, tell her what it takes.
I did hear that I can come back with a truck and crampons when it starts snowing.
There you go.
But I really want you to pay attention to your subject. You give me the road that's and the pole. That's what you give me as a subject.
Yeah, because this is covered up.
That makes sense.
Yep. But the colors are pretty.
Mhm.
But you kind of messed it up by covering up your bridge here.
Yeah.
All right, next. This one is Natalie's.
There is a lot of strange colors in the sky. There's a lot of purple and speckles and green and blotches, and there's something in the way it was photographed or the way it was processed has brought out all kinds of bizarre colors and blotches in the sky.
Whose image is this?
Natalie's.
Natalie, tell me what this was shot with.
Looks like a cell phone shot.
I think it's cell phone.
Yeah. The horizon is off as well.
It's with her iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, something like this almost, if we're gonna go, especially with the title.
Yay, thank you, Lynn. That's yeah, bring it up from the bottom too. Bring it right in on those colors and those trees there. Yeah.
Get a little straighter and bring it up here, and then we
There you go.
like this. Voila.
Very nice.
Natalie, you see what we're doing? And you could do this with Lightroom in your phone or Snapseed very easily.
Natalie checked out on it. She said, I'm not listening to this stuff you guys are telling me.
But yeah, all that sky with all the artifacts is unnecessary to, there's the actual image right there.
Yep.
You got it, Lynn.
Gorgeous. That could be on the wall.
Yep.
That one is definitely, a wall worthy. And you could actually
And a lot of times we're guilty of, we look at something and, well, like what you did here, this is what we're looking at and not realizing that we're, just because, the picture has a lot more, but when you're the artist, you took the picture, this is what you're seeing in your head, and you're not even thinking about that all the extra stuff you're showing to other people beyond what you are focused on and what you believe the image is about.
This one is Doris. Come on, anybody?
What's that green thing in front?
A little green can.
Just curious if that's important to the scene.
I can get rid of that pretty quickly.
What's up with that?
I didn't realize that was there.
Oops.
I said that's
I can.
it's a case of as the artist, it's a shot about the tractor, and you're looking at the tractor, and you just don't even think about what else is in the image that everybody else is going to see that's not what you're seeing.
Can anyone make comments?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would maybe about 25, 30%. I personally would darken the background trees, keep the color, but bring the tractor and the hay bales and so on, make that more dominant in the picture.
Let's see how good background.
Almost like a, no, I can't think of it. A vignette, but
How about that?
not quite.
I don't like that.
Back a little bit, well, not, what I might do is I might erase out the orange leaves and the yellow leaves and leave it at that density. Just mask out what you've done to the orange and yellow leaves on the left, and keep the tractor and the hay bales and whatever bright. It just brings your eye more to that.
I used the new background mask in Lightroom and just did that little bit of change. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is about fall colors. It's not about the tractor, don't forget.
Well, it's, yeah, but I'm saying, the hay bales and the pumpkins and everything would stay bright, but the background will be just a little bit darker, so that's the fall scene to me, is the tractor and the hay bales and the pumpkins. But again, I don't work here, I don't make the rules, it's up to Doris. It's up to Doris.
You do have an opinion, and I do like hearing from you.
Yep.
So guys, anything else?
Yeah. That's
All right, moving on to this one. This one is Kathy's.
Kathy.
Yes.
I want to know, is this spring or is this fall?
She asked
Oh,
me
it's
in beauty-
fall.
Oh, it is fall.
Very
Beauty
fall.
beauty berries turn purple in the fall. That is,
Yes,
you know,
I know. I understand that, and I
Yep.
took that to heart. But the beauty berries are overpowered by the light greenness of it.
mhm.
You think so? Yeah.
I know so. I went
Okay.
online. This one perplexed me, and I said, "Okay, if you're going to do this with the berries, take down the values of everything else."
Okay. Yeah, I tossed it back and forth. I wanted it brighter because it was in the shade. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
That's good.
Okay, just a simple, I just took the saturation down just a touch and the luminance down quite a bit, Kathy, and that's just all. I
Turn
did.
the yellow luminance down too, and it'll help that fringing on the leaf there. Yeah, yeah,
So, I
that
mean,
might help. Yeah.
Kinda
It
go
went
crazy
many different
Yeah.
and make
directions.
your purples and your magentas go up to make it even, brighter. So we're
Yeah.
going from,
Yeah.
we're going from here to here.
All right, now, Kathy, do you now see the depth change?
Yes.
Okay. Next time you and I get together and have lunch and you pay for it, we're going to talk about this sort of thing.
What sort of thing?
How
What are we talking about?
this sort of thing about how I'm able to make your images pop.
Oh, okay. That would be good because I keep trying.
That's the whole point of all this.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I definitely have a question for Brian about this one.
Yeah.
Brian, was this ICM or was this an intentional double exposure?
It's
Oh,
very
you're saying it's not in focus?
Yeah, look at it.
It's a double exposure, and it's either done. It was done, and so since obviously you're not saying it's a double exposure, then it's camera motion. Here, Lynn, let me share my screen.
Yeah, I can't see anywhere where it looks like it's focused maybe right here.
Here,
I have to unshare mine for you can
Oh,
share.
Show me I want to see what lens I took that with, because I had my lens disaster.
all right, can you guys see this?
No.
Then never mind.
Definitely see what you were talking about before, though.
Here, are you gonna try again or you want me to go back to mine?
Here, let me do that. Do you see that screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move this over onto that screen. All right, do you see that?
No, now we do.
Yeah.
All right, look, there's a double image of I zoomed in so you can see there's a double image of every one of those leaves, which if you didn't do it as a double exposure, then you move the camera. And my question was why?
I didn't do it on purpose. I was just standing out on the road taking a shot.
Mm-hmm. There's a 1-to-1 magnification of looking down the road too. You see that? The whole thing is it was camera motion then, and it recorded a double image of everything out of register. And so that was my question, was why?
Now
And it's because, and obviously I know the answer now is you didn't know. You didn't realize that.
Now I'm wondering if there's something wrong with my camera that I dropped, because what lens was that taken with? That was probably taken with the 21 with my Ronicon. Can we,
And and that could be, but that was but it I'm surprised then that maybe there's you dropped your camera, there might be something wrong with your camera, but I'm wondering how was that not visible on your screen when you process the image then?
now,
Jim, can you stop sharing?
Okay.
That would never, ever happen if you had a Sony.
Pretty good. That was with, it says 21 millimeter.
yeah, that's my Ronicon that I used as a temporary replacement after I dropped my 1040.
Do you mean Rokinon?
Rokinon, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to,
So that's a that's a manual focus lens.
yes, and that.
Okay. Hey, what was the just real quick jump back, Lynn? I just want to see what was the shutter speed on that.
There is.
Oh, it did not.
1/10 of a second.
1/10 of a second. That was handheld, Brian.
Yes.
There's your problem. Handheld, 1/10 of a second.
That's it.
Your
It's camera
ISO is
motion.
too low. Your ISO is 160. You should have been at like with that lighting, probably at least 400.
1/10 of a second handheld. That's why there's camera motion and there's a double image.
Okay.
This one is Jim Hagan.
Jim Hagan.
It looks over sharp.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
It's over sharpened.
Over sharpened.
Yeah, it's very crispy on the edge. All these are very crispy looking.
No.
Well, I'm looking at it right now on the screen, and it kind of sort of looks washed out to me. Lost in translation, I guess. I didn't actually sharpen this thing. What I did, I took a brush, and that tree on the left was, it was dark and shady, so I lightened it up with a brush, but I don't know how it could be over sharpened.
Jim, hey. Well,
The contrast is very high too, which would make it look.
Lynn, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Give me 100% magnification on it. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's over sharpened. I think it's when it's a high res image being reduced on screen, and the on screen reduction of the high res image is making it look crispy. I looked at the original. I didn't consider it to be over sharpened when I looked at the original.
Okay. Just looked crispy when it was bigger.
I will say this: thank you for putting the car where you did in the composition, and having something down there to lead to. But I will also say this: why not take the little dot tool and get rid of the white leaves and crud in the foreground on the street? Thank you, Lynn.
not only that, give me a crop from the bottom.
Pick the Well, okay. This was up in Pittsburgh. This is just like a postcard neighborhood. I just thought it was gorgeous. I mean, it doesn't look as red as it did, but whatever.
No, I don't have a problem with your colors. I had a problem with your composition.
Well, what Lynn just did, I personally didn't do that. I mean, I back it up the way it was, and I had the road coming into the bottom left corner. That's what I tried to accomplish with the composition. Right. The thing that I sent in at the bottom, you see the road is on either end of the photograph.
You mean this image right here?
Yeah, right there. I got the road coming into the frame.
It's got the asphalt touching the corners in both corners of the frame. That's what he's talking about.
That's what I did intentionally. Yes.
And I want to know why.
Why?
Right.
Well, that's a good. I thought that was something that we're supposed to strive for, is like getting the from. I guess I misinterpret that.
Well, I know what you mean. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Jim, let me point something out to you. Go back to that last, Lynn. While you're there, go to the mailbox before you go to that crop. Go to the mailbox. Now go completely across from the mailbox. Go across from the mailbox, all the way across it, and look at that white thing up in that corner up there. All right, you see that white thing, that white opening over there?
Yeah.
All right, now
Yeah.
go back to my crop area, my crop rectangle at the top. All right, now you see how that kind of goes away if you just give me yes. I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, I got rid of this house on this side.
Right, absolutely.
And I got rid of, there's too much blue sky and too much road. So that makes you're right straight down the road.
And so if I'm going to get to that car, which is essential to all of these colors and leading me down, I don't need all that road and the house and the stuff on the other side in order to take me down that road.
Yeah.
You've given me these colors, these beautiful colors, and you've given it to me all the way throughout all the way down to the road past the car. You've given it all of that. You've given me the contrast of the blue sky. Perfect. I love it. Great. But then you give me this other stuff that is pulling me back. Go back to that's keeping me at the beginning of the road that I don't get to enjoy down the road.
See the difference?
Okay, well, yeah, the thing that was on the right-hand side, I actually cropped it off. This is a neighborhood, and I just cropped the house out. I didn't honestly see that little white patch down there. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
That is why I am here.
We'll send you the bill.
There you go.
You mean the check?
Thank you very much, Jim.
Yeah, he wants a check. He wants a check, not a bill.
And this one is also Jim's.
Yeah, now Jim Hagan, I don't know what Jim Sykes has to say about this, but I will tell you this is that your foreground colors are what's bringing me in. What's taking me out is the sky and that branch in the upper corner. Now, before you jump, Lynn, just do me the one favor and bring the sky out of it completely. Come all the way down past that branch on the left-hand side. Great, stop right there. Stop right there.
Up just a hair. Back up just a hair. There you go.
And all I want at that point is just a little bit of that. I want to see that river bringing me into these colors.
Yeah.
Don't give me such beautiful colors that take me out. I'm going to then turn around and look back at my rearview mirror and wonder what I missed.
All right, Robert, I'll give you this one. It looked pretty good right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% with Robert on that one with taking the sky out.
That's cool.
And those branches. This is it right here.
And Robert's favorite thing, which I just increased on the calibration thing here in Lightroom, I went ahead and just increased each one of these saturations by just a tad. Because remember, blue actually increases yellow as well. So
pretty much the only thing I did to this image was I cropped the bottom out, which was a bunch of yellow flowers, and I turned the river a little bit blue greenish, I guess. It was just a flat gray, so I gave it a little bit of color. That was about it.
Don't give me color and then take away, give me all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were all.
Yeah. Now like I say, I 100% agree. Now instead of going up to that sky, which is just a blah sky, now I see the trees, I see the river, and the river follows me into the misty haze up the up the valley.
Love it.
I think if the view had been if you had been over to the right and you didn't have this tree in here, you probably could have used more of this background here, but this tree kind of messed it up for you.
Yeah, that's cool. I know. I like it. That's cool.
Yeah, cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
Bring down on the calibration, bring down in the green, the hue, and the blue on the hue.
Who's that speaking?
It's Lee.
Lee.
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh my God.
The guy
It'll totally bring those colors out.
You like fall.
Yeah,
going.
except the green is so weird green now, and
funky green.
and the mist has and the mist really has an unnatural aqua color to it.
Weird.
Can't you mask out?
Brings that colors out.
Yeah, but
Can't
the color's
ask it
gonna
in the
help.
room?
So don't forget about this one panel. It's kind of, like an orphan panel that nobody ever messes with. And I've been using it for the last 6 months and it makes all the difference in the world, guys. And you just play with these sliders and it's really cool what it does with your colors.
8:26.
I hear you.
Songs.
Yes.
Well, you missed the mark today.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you missed the mark on me.
the highlights are really hot in this, and there's really heavy orange in the throughout
Not
the
orange.
skin tones, and
there's another fruit, not orange. There's called pomegranate.
those are pomegranates. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Look at the skin tones and whatnot. It's
Lighting is really weird.
really orange. Yeah.
This is in the Pompeii. So hurry up, we go to inside the Pompeii. But this make 7 fruit, make 1 cup of juice, $7, €7. So I hurry up, take a picture, then drink it, then follow somebody go inside.
Just
But
just go to the HSL panel, Lynn, and turn down the orange saturation.
Okay, orange. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
It's much
That's
more.
that's a huge help right there.
Her skin looks normal now.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
had the lighting was all off, the coloring. See?
But this is in the full color or not?
You like
It's a topic. It's a sign or not a sign. So this is my question.
Is this assigned or not assigned?
Yeah.
Well, no, this is not fall colors. This is not fall colors.
Okay. So I send another later, maybe 2 later. This on the
Yeah, you
on,
said that it was too late, Fong.
yeah. So
Right.
I just back last week. So everything too tired. So
Yeah.
I find this.
Yeah. Brian.
Yes.
Let me know what that road has to do with the fall colors.
Well, I wanted to have something more than just leaves, and I thought the bridge was interesting and the road was there. See, now
I
I,
wasn't talking about the bridge because that was in your title.
yeah. Well, I thought it was important to leave the entire bridge, and now you've just cut off the bridge.
Why do I need the entire bridge? What is this? What is this about?
Okay. So you're saying it's better without
Without that piece of road on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like that.
You've given me a bridge. That's great. You've given me a part of a road, and you've given me a lot of color overseeing it.
Yep. That's nice right there. What Lynn just did to it is nice.
Lynn, leave it alone.
Well, I think I just want to darken this up just a little bit.
I know you do, but then that would make Brian think that he's great at this.
See, then now you had, this corner was way too bright, Brian. And so now all you see is the bridge and the color.
Okay.
This,
Which was your title.
Yeah.
that's it. And now it's gorgeous.
Yep. Nice job, Lynn.
And this one isn't a double exposure. So was this one before or after you dropped your camera?
This one was after I got the replacement. You'll see that if you look, that's the 1040 again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also a much faster shutter speed than 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. 1100th of a second. Yeah, it's a lot faster too. That makes a big difference. All right. Okay, on to the next one. This one is Diana's. Diana Cahill.
Take the stick out of the back of the bird.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Jim. Gosh.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's painful to look at.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
Gosh. That poor bird. That poor bird.
It's a pretty crappy way of doing it, but there he looks a little less poked in the back. You'd have to do a little closer ordeal than that. I'm doing a kind of sloppy job here, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Photoshop would do a very nice job of it.
Yeah, just get, I would just, when I do these birds, that's one of the things, either I forget, if it's really bad, then I forget about it, don't even use the shot. But if I can get rid of the stick, that's behind it. This stick is okay because he's standing on it. He needs a place to stand. But this one that's sticking him in the back, yeah, I would definitely get rid of that for sure.
That's
And
why he's looking.
also, I would try probably blurring this one. If I couldn't get rid of that blurry one back there, I would probably get rid of that as well if I could.
Some of that stuff on the right out.
Yeah, that really bright hot spot could be dealt with as well.
Yeah, I would just take it down to.
Drop it in a little more to put the focus.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because you've got the fall colors. You don't need all this other stuff. In fact, I think I would come all the way over here. But yeah, it's still fall colors, and that it makes it more about the bird. Because in the original, it's excuse me, it's way too small.
That's interesting because I specifically left it large because those are such tiny birds.
Yeah, well, the smaller they are, the more you kind of have to zoom in. I take images 50 feet away from me with my 500 millimeter lens, and I crop down to just the bird on the branch. And those right now are my most popular pictures online.
Nice. And
I literally, that's all you see is the bird on the branch in the background. The background's all blurred out. So yeah, the more it's got, if you want the bird, especially these small ones, the smaller they are, the better they look bigger.
Okay.
I know it's hard because you've got to crop out pretty much. I go from 46 megapixel to probably 15 or 20.
This bird was probably 25 feet away on a 400 millimeter. So it's on a crop sensor. So like the image size is there.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a matter of making the bird the prominent thing in the picture, because this this leaf takes my eye, this takes me away from the bird, and this takes me away from the bird. So keep that in mind when you're cropping. And I crop like crazy. All right, on to the next one. This one is Lourdes.
Is Lourdes available to speak?
I am. I have my helmet on.
Your helmet.
You need a flak jacket.
Lourdes, what? You scored really well on this. I just want to know, on the right-hand side, that right-hand corner, why didn't you leave it open to go further down?
Starting over here?
Yeah.
As wide as a radio. It's 18 millimeter.
Yeah, I think it's I took the picture like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the thing is, I like the shape. When I saw it through the lens, I liked the shape that it was forming, like a neck of a bottle or something. So I just like the shape.
I don't have any problem with your image, except that I want to see it go down further.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so you need to get, so Lee needs to buy actually he has a 10 millimeter. So
this could have easily have been a two shots.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could have done a panorama with this one, Lourdes.
I'm still learning.
She's still learning. Yeah, but that's the whole point here. I want to see what this is. Yeah, there's a little dock right there. Oh,
right. She's a lot of detail in there.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. Is this Vogel Lake State Park?
Yes.
Yeah, I recognize that swing.
We walk all around the park.
That's where my best fall colors were 2 years ago too.
Lourdes, I'm giving you too much time. I want to go to the next one.
Okay. Okay,
Thank-
please turn.
Thank you.
Lee,
Yes, sir.
you left us for a while, but I think you're back.
I did okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This definitely has mood and atmosphere in it that's really engaging.
Cool.
Lee, if I dare say this, and I mean this with all sincerity, this image is sexy.
Yeah, I saw was this rock down at the bottom.
Yeah, I'd thrown out that little line down there at the bottom as well, lower right. But this image is sexy as all be get up.
Thank you.
Then there's this one.
Now, did you have somebody upstream pouring fluorescent blue dye into the water for you?
Yes,
I did.
And there's a
Not working for you?
It's very unrealistic looking. It looks heavy-handed, and also there's a sliver of sky upper left that just takes your eye right. Yeah, thank you, Lynn.
Okay.
And what can we get rid of this blue somehow? Just take,
oh yeah.
there's not really supposed to be any blue in this. Just take the blue saturate. There we go. Woo!
Oh, whoo.
Bottom.
Lynn, you're
Yeah.
way too happy to
Oh, I
correct
just-
Lee's stuff. And Lee,
Yes, sir.
Lee, don't let her get that happy again. So correct it before it gets to her.
Now that would be wall worthy right there.
Mm-hmm.
I love this image. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just so you can see, we started here, which was like psychedelic fall, and we went to real fall.
And say, Lee, you left us for a moment, but you're back.
Working on it.
And this one is Lourdes again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have taken these little spots right here.
And in the upper right,
yeah, up here.
upper right corner, right there. The other thing I would do, I know because I saw the original, that it's a piece of tree trunk, but at first glance, there's a thing just off center right. There's a tree trunk in the trees, but at first glance, if you put that full screen, it looks like there's a badger hung by the neck dangling, looks like a dead badger dangling by a rope in the tree or something. I had to look twice to just the shape of it looks like a dead animal hanging in the tree. And I had to look close to see, okay, it's a tree trunk, and it's actually really there, but.
Okay, so I just took this new tool, the clone tool in Lightroom, and I'm fixing these little spots just with the clone tool.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Lourdes,
Yeah.
go ahead. Jim had something to say to you.
I do. Another thing you said about learning. There's a feature in your camera that's actually great for shots like this. Your camera has focus stacking in it, where if you want to try it with a shot like this, where you could get everything from the first crack in the first board all the way to the back of the image in focus with the focus stacking feature in your camera.
Oh,
It takes multiple pictures and it keeps moving the point of focus back as it takes more pictures, and then you take them into Photoshop and combine them, and it makes it all in focus.
Yeah, I've been able to take some shots just like this, very low angle shots on a boardwalk and whatnot, and use that feature. And one of the things about it too is then it also gives you an option if you still don't want the entire depth of field, you can pick and choose.
Yeah.
You can pick and choose then where you want the depth of field to be and not to be if you use focus stacking and get. Then you have the entire gamut of what you want to do as far as where you put your point of focus and where not to have your point of focus.
Thank you. Very interesting.
All right, before you go, Lourdes, I want to let you know that I am very happy that you got down very low,
Oh yeah.
and made this shot.
And guys, she's been shooting for 6 months. No, a year. I take it back. A year. December she started. So she's doing great for a year. This one is
Thank you.
This one is Sylvia's.
I love that title.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice visual impact on this one.
Yeah. The only
That
thing,
just
Sylvia,
that jumps
I would-
right out of the screen at you.
Yeah, the only thing is it looks a little too floaty. I know you worked on the background. It's usually a good idea to have the stem showing somewhere if you can.
Okay.
I know it's not always possible, but it just looks like the
It's-
flowers are kind of floating.
Yeah, I took it to be a like a straight down vertical shot with the stem directly underneath, and I know I know if the stem's right underneath it, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
If it's just
Yeah, I don't think there was stem there but I'm not sure, but yeah.
I mean, it sort of looks like there might have been right down here at the bottom, but yeah, just
Yeah,
I know
yeah, it
the
could be.
flowers, it almost looks, well, I guess it's possible that you could see the stems.
yeah, I think that's a tip of one of the petals of the other flower. Mhm.
I really like the colors in this, the way they are.
This is Jan's. Yeah, this is
Thanks,
beautiful.
Leslie. Thank you.
The mimicry of the colors in that leaf and the mimicry of the pattern is very good eye for seeing this or putting this together, regardless of the case. Very nicely done.
Thanks, Jim.
Anybody else? Have a comment? This is definitely a put her on the wall kind of picture.
Well,
Thanks,
you know,
Lynn.
I have seen many pictures that are of a wheel or whatever, but this one to me, I
Yeah.
thought this is wonderful.
Very pretty.
This one is Karen's. Excuse me.
Karen,
Yes,
is Karen still here?
Yeah, she is.
yes.
Karen, I
Yes.
think you're a little too static on this one. What do I mean by that?
Yes.
I mean, and please, Karen, don't stab me, please. I seriously do not want you to stab me, because it's a leaf on the ground. You pointed it down, the camera down, and it had a little bit of moisture on it, and it looked nice. Great, good exposure and such. I just think that there's more to this leaf and the texture of that it sits on that could have been composed to be a little bit more dynamic.
Okay, now I need to explain. I was in the middle of London. I was in Trafalgar Square. And I looked down, I saw this leaf, and I thought about the exhibition for this month. And I was getting ready to shoot, and who got in my head but Jim and Robert?
Hey, they're always in my head.
Because my first thing was, the leaf in Trafalgar Square. And I was thinking, well, what is the reference to the square? I don't see this, I don't see that. So anyway.
This should have been a leaf sticking up with Trafalgar Square in the background.
Right.
That's what you should have done.
But it's like Robert and Jim travel.
No, this is I know what Robert's saying. This is one of those that has a lot of potential. This is one that, if it were a case where, I don't know the surrounding situation as far as, traffic or what's going on or where you are, but this is one of those that, that if I'd shoot 20 different angles and turn the leaf 20 different ways and work with it and come up with something.
Or lay on the floor with the sun shining through the leaf.
Yeah.
She did that last week.
Is it me, or is the very bottom tip of that leaf bending down and slightly out of focus?
Oh, yeah, it
Right
is.
there, yeah. Because if it's laying flat, I would think it should be in focus.
This whole part of it's kind of out of focus right here.
Yeah, I think it's arched up and then downward. So those, yeah. Okay, and I go to the next one, and I'm somewhat impressed.
Those are pumpkins.
You should be.
I thought it was the center of a flower when I first looked at it. Now I looked at it a little closer and it's pumpkins.
Yeah,
It's leaf.
yeah, it's that's great because from a distance it does appear like a macro of a flower, and then on second look you realize it's a pumpkin explosion. I think it's great.
Yeah.
The
that's
border
what I
are
said.
leaves, red and orange leaves. In
Where
the
they-
center are a couple of shots from pumpkin patches.
So where did the red come from? The leaves?
Those are leaves.
Oh, okay.
I bought them at Publix.
Oh, okay.
They're artificial fall leaves.
Mm.
Well,
And you bought all those pumpkins?
Good. Well, you made good use of props, Jim.
Yeah. They
I
almost
couldn't
look
find
like
anything
feathers.
natural around here.
Yeah, they almost look like feathers.
And they look like oak leaves
Yeah.
or maple leaves, excuse
So
me.
was that like a zoom? Was that a zoom?
Well, yeah, well, the other thing I did was I zoomed on the pumpkins. I zoomed in and out like I do on some of the ICM
Okay.
stuff I do.
Yeah.
So that
Good
gave
job.
it kind of a ghostly sort of image.
Oh. Robert?
No, I started it off by saying I was impressed.
Yeah.
When I saw that, then I didn't even realize they were pumpkins. I thought that was the middle of a poinsettia.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like, until you look at it really closely, it does look like the middle of a flower for sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
I gave you one guess, Lynn, about what I want you to take away.
I know what you want to take away. Take the sky away. Yeah.
is this your shot, Jan?
Jan,
Yep. It is.
Jan, I want to do something even more,
Okay, go for it.
but I can't do it
Why?
because I need you to step to the left.
Oh, really?
I just,
Yes.
did you see the color switch? I just stuck this little, saturation thingy on here and increased the saturation, and it just makes the colors pop.
Yeah, that looks a lot better. Robert, why do I need to step to the left?
If you look at that main tree there,
Yeah.
look on the left side, top left side of that tree.
Are you
Look
gonna
on the left side, top left side of the tree. Now,
Yeah.
just the tree itself. In that, go on the tree, top left side.
Yep, right there.
All
Yeah.
right, you see that?
Yeah.
All right, you see the tree behind it?
Yeah, I do.
All right, they carry the same value. 2 steps to the left, I would be in
Okay.
that dark value, that tree behind it. Yes, I would be in that quadrant. The tree behind it would have standing and have its own color, and the orange in that tree would not be competing with the orange behind it.
Yeah, I see that now,
Yeah,
Robert.
just-
Thanks.
Yeah,
That's-
right here.
Yeah, I see that exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a natural frame there waiting for that tree.
I mean, it's waiting. It's just sitting there waiting
And
for it.
down, over and down, so the tree looks taller into that spot. So it's a
Okay.
matter of your position only.
Okay, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, great,
And
thanks.
so that's one of those things, is you look through your viewfinder, look around, just don't look and see the picture and take the
You-
picture. Move around and try different things and look and see what's around your main subject, and that'll take you a long way.
What Robert is talking about doing there, that dark frame behind the bright subject, when I find a bright subject, I will sometimes just go crazy, bobbing up and down, left, right, weaving everywhere, looking for that dark frame to put something behind. Sometimes I never find it. Sometimes you really have to work. But that's something that, as what Robert mentioned, I'm very much in the habit of. When I see something bright like that, I go crazy looking for an angle to put it against a dark frame.
Okay, that's good. And I'll be sure to be in the habit of doing that now too.
Yeah, you look kind of weird to anybody that's not a photographer, but who cares?
That's okay.
Lynn,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, don't make me cry.
Oh,
You saw me trying to do this. I must have thrown, I don't know, 50, I cleared the whole area around me of leaves.
Lynn,
I saw you doing that.
Lynn, Lynn, be quiet for just a second, please.
Okay.
This is freaking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I know there might be somebody that's going to say, "Oh, but you guys always say take that bright spot out of the corner."
That's where it's
But
going.
in this case, that leaf is going to that. The leaf is moving to the, and it falls right in line with the motion, and it gives it somewhere to go to the light. It gives you an implied path. This is one of those cases where, yeah, in a lot of cases we say, "Oh, take that bright spot out of the corner of the image," and this is the exception to that rule for sure.
Man.
You know, what I wondered about, what's that title again?
Swirling leaf.
And I didn't see swirling.
Yes, I agree with you, Leslie.
I see a diagonal line movement toward the light. I don't see swirling.
It was kind of moving around like, all over the place.
Stop explaining yourself and just take the part that it was gorgeous.
Okay, thank you. And I did play around with that upper right-hand corner. I took it out and put it in, took it out and put it back and decided to leave it in. So I'm glad.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
This what shutter speed? Very slowly? What shutter speed?
What shutter speed do you have, Lynn?
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Oh.
This was obviously on a tripod, and I actually have about 6 or 7 shots of different leaves. I took about 20, and about 5 or 6 of them came out. So this was probably the best of the bunch.
Guess what, Lynn?
What?
You're on the video taking this shot.
Jeez. Yeah, I spent a lot of time when everybody else was shooting the falls. I spent a lot of time with the water in front of me, just taking leaves. Like I said, I cleaned the whole area around me from leaves. There was no leaves left. So
great job.
Thank you.
Flame.
Now, this is definitely fall colors.
What?
They're I fall back on the part of the website that said use your imagination. These are my favorite fall colors.
Mm-hmm. So was Lynn correct in her assumption on what made it altered reality?
Partly the turkey dinner is from Cracker Barrel. It was good, really good. But I added the pie and the green beans.
That's what I
thought. Okay.
Sweet potato pie.
We're compositing it in.
Yeah.
Well, you did a good job with the compositing.
Yeah, you guys see, that's why he's done the right thing. The only thing that threw it off was the shadow on the pie.
Well, and I spent a lot of time on the shadows on this thing.
The shadows on the plates are good.
You got the shadows correct on the plates.
Except the pie.
But there was no, there was nothing, you would have had to do a lot more work with the pie and the whipped cream there.
Yep. Yeah,
but you did it right with the plates.
I have to say it was really a very good, it was about $10 for the turkey dinner, and it was really good.
That's the best kind, one you don't have to make yourself.
That was even better.
Yep. This one is this is Jan's. Oh no, wait a minute. I missed one.
No, it's not. This is
Judy's.
Judy left the party.
Okay.
Yeah, Judy.
But for starters, take the sliver away from the left-hand side between the tree. Yes, thank you.
It seems like it's not straight.
Yeah, yep, the horizon was not level and that sliver over there. Now, let's try one other thing with your cropping when you're ready, because this is already a vast improvement, but I want to see just pull in that left side all the way past the, right side, my mistake, right side, past the first tree you'll encounter. Stop, okay, and now pull down from up high. Yeah, keep going. Oh, keep going until you hit the tree line. Yeah, take the sky out. Just take the sky out. Let me see that. Yeah.
I think that's squishy.
Yeah, it needs a little more sky. That tree's too close, but yeah, there you go. I just wanted to see the picture within the picture.
Just saying, get rid of that stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 o'clock. We got a few more to do, and then we got the the generals to do.
There, can I share my screen for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me unshare. Excuse me.
I appreciate the rest of you hanging with us this long. And Renee stayed. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Renee.
Okay, go ahead.
And
We're seeing half of that pumpkin picture.
yeah, I'm fixing it here.
Okay.
You get that to there. Can you see those?
No.
No, only seeing the desktop.
No.
Okay, then let me move them on to. Do you see it there?
No,
A little
we
bit.
saw the very
No.
edge of it, the very right edge of it is all we're seeing. Now we see it.
There.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Let me do this then. Oops. I got too many monitors going here.
Now we see it.
There.
Now we see it twice. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see it?
Yep.
It only took a couple clicks, but you see what I'm talking about.
Got rid of that blue over in the upper left.
There's a.
Car up in the
It looks like there's a blue car parked back there.
And this one is this is Natalie's.
Yeah, that was
How'd you do
the.
that? How'd you
That
do
was the
that,
big
Joe?
distraction. Was the blue car.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I went in Photoshop and used the object select tool to select the blue car, and then
Okay.
hit content aware fill.
Content fill. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
She does all her stuff on the phone, so she could do some of this like in Snapseed, I believe.
Is she here tonight?
She was. I don't know if she's still here. I think she left. Yeah, she's
Oh,
gone.
Susan is staying with us. I love it.
Yeah, the students are still here. They're afraid to leave the teacher in the lurch here. This one is this is berries. In it,
Guess what I have a problem with?
this is like a reversed picture. This thing right here.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I can't not look at that.
Is Barry here? Whoops. I'll get.
Barry's not here tonight.
I don't think so.
So the reflections at the top and the actual photos at the bottom, is that correct? It's flipped.
Yeah, I think it's flipped.
That's what I thought. I was trying to figure why the top looked like the reflection. I wasn't sure.
That's a pretty crappy job, but that's better there even.
Mhm.
What I want to know is why did he flip it?
I don't know.
Unless,
So you look at the reflection more.
yeah, I mean, this part is kind of, it's almost like the reflection is more in focus than the actual picture.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Unless if it's a reflection of a reflection of a reflection.
Well, I wanted to know
Reflection
what
of a
purpose.
reflection.
If I would, if this had been coded as being alternate reality, I would have looked at this and said, oh, it's two different reflection, styles put
Yeah.
together,
Yeah,
because it looks like two reflections.
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like either one of them is a reality.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because you
Very
think
good.
that stuff that was on the bottom, I don't think that would have been in the sky. So that
Yeah,
must
yeah.
that must
Well,
be a reflection
if that's a low hanging branch of a tree,
oh well, maybe. But
that
it
could,
looks like
that might not necessarily be sticks coming up from the ground. That could be branches sticking down from a tree.
oh yeah, that's true. It just looks like it's. I
Yeah,
don't know.
see that?
Oh,
See,
yeah,
that's branches sticking down from a tree.
Okay. Yeah.
And see, yeah, the reflection is actually more in focus than the actual picture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that was very small. Tom, Tom, you
It's-
said your picture is way too small. It's all pixelated. Tom,
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
here.
I used mail drop, so I'm wondering
yeah,
if
it was way too small.
well, so when I sent them to you, they were quite large, and so it was a mail drop thing. But I made sure anyway. All right. I mean, I know they exported the right size, so something.
Tom, Tom, there are two parts when you export into your mail drop. Is the actual attachment or the inline insert?
Yeah, someone wrong.
Yeah, it's the next time attach it and then put actual size.
Okay. Yeah, I'll double check that. Or maybe I'll send them individually or something.
Yeah, because yeah, a lot of people send me 3 emails, so don't worry about that. That's fine.
That's a tiny little guy.
He's
He's
a
cute,
tiny
though.
cute little bear.
Okay, is it worth doing a critique, or can you guys even see it?
I'm going to tell you right now, Tom, and for the sake of it, all be get up. This is not worth doing a critique on.
It's
too tiny.
Okay.
yeah, it's and you know I see it more as a picture of a bear than of fall colors.
Yeah.
All right.
Same here. I'm not making out what that was or what it is.
Yeah, at the size of the image, I don't know what I'm looking at. I believe it's some kind of underwater creature, but at the size of the image, that's only a guess.
Okay, I forgot what I titled this one.
See autumn.
Okay, so this is a picture of an arrowhead shrimp cradling another arrowhead shrimp that died under the water, and the surrounding backgrounds are all yellow and oranges, and the shrimp is also yellow and orange with a little red, all things that I associate with like a fall changing leaves color. So that's what you would see if you could see it.
Okay.
We see a little bit of orange right there, and that's about it. So yeah, go ahead and send them individually to me next time, and maybe that'll work better for you.
Okay.
Yep, we're too small, too big. This one is Valerie.
Sorry, did you want me to resend these, or do I just move on at this
No, that's
point?
fine. Just you're good. Just taking down the highlights, just a little too bright for the mountains there.
Valerie, tell me, what are you using to post process, or if anything at all?
I just all I did is I cropped it in Photoshop and just add a little bit more on the red, but just a little bit. It was pretty red. But what I had to do was, it was too big, the one that I had selected. So I had to hurry up and redo another one Tuesday morning. So, and I just didn't have a chance to really look at it.
The image was too big?
Yeah, it was 19 megabytes. And I was like, whoa, and this one come out a little less than that, but it was just, and I don't know why, it was only 4.7 when I started and I cropped it. I have no idea. And winter hit us early, so I don't know.
Like that better.
There's a couple things that could make it grow, but
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
yeah, but not going to get into it right now. But there are some things that possibly happened to it that made that could have made the file size go larger.
Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that. And photo, all the stuff you guys do on Lightroom. When I get to my Lightroom, I can't find any of it. So I have no clue.
Well, Valerie, you and I talked at some point about getting together and going over this stuff. Just because you're in California doesn't mean I can't be reached.
Yeah, I know. I'm still, I lost my father, and things have just been crazy. And so I'll try to get to it, in the new year. And
that's good.
Valerie, yeah. I am so sorry for your loss. However, here's what I want you to know. In order to get through something, reach out to the people that care about you, and we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
We are here.
Yep. Yeah, and this thing just needs a little bit less stuff, because then you see the tree and the mountains.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was going for, trying to get that red tree with the snow-covered mountain.
Yeah.
I've tried several shots and I just couldn't get it because there was other stuff like a house in the way or pillars. It's a beautiful property, and I just it was hard to get because we don't have much fall colors out here.
Valerie, you got it though. You did get it. Just
You
need to
got it
crop
right
it.
there. I mean, shoot, you're so close, so close. And you obviously, with that situation, you had to move around and try different views, and you got it. You just had too much in the picture. That's all.
Yeah. See, and I did crop it to try to get a lot more out of it, but that's another thing I have a hard time with, how much to crop.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
We all do.
Think about what your subject is, and then go there. Go to there. All right.
Valerie, what we just said was not just a line.
Oh, I know. No.
All right, very good.
Shit.
Leslie.
I love this.
Leslie, no, you can't love it until we fix it.
Till we fix it.
Yeah,
it'll
we
get
gotta
better.
fix this.
No, don't do that. Just clone it out. Just clone it out, Lynn. Yeah, you can clone it out. Yes, thank you. And that one little stick above it, you could, yeah, see that? Yeah, that spindly stick. There you go. Just that's going to make such a difference. Those things just grab your attention in the foreground and stop you from wanting to follow that road off into the distance in the mist.
Now, it's funny because the two sticks in the front, I left them in intentionally.
Well, you know what, Leslie?
So tell me, Leslie, what's important about those sticks?
Nothing necessarily was important, but I thought it would give it more depth, a feeling of more depth. That's all. But hey, I'm open.
Sure, I'll give you depth. What else? Anything else, guys? Maybe this doohickey over here.
Yeah, there you go.
Very pretty, very pretty.
Yeah, pretty.
Yep, very nice.
We had a hell of a time getting these images to me, though. She set
The
them.
scene was there.
Well, you know what I found, Lynn, is in the program itself, the GIF was in there. I don't know when it got in there or what, but I finally found where it was.
I'm glad you got it to me, finally.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for cropping all that other stuff out on the lower right-hand side and then getting to so I can get to the bridge, because the right-hand side is keeping me out of the picture. Get that white thing out of there.
Just get moving. Okay. No. Go back, Lynn. Go back.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Pull back, and go up from the bottom.
Keep going.
Keep going. Right there.
That's it. Now we're talking.
There
Thank
it is.
you very much. Jim Sites. Get out of my head. I swear that's exactly the crop I have over here. I already cropped it, ready to show it.
I know we're both here trying to send, telekinetic mental waves to Lynn about, where to put that crop box.
I'm trying really hard to get those waves. I'm not always getting them right.
Well, I want to tell you, that is 640 steps to get down to that bridge. I thought I was going to die.
Is that Toulouse Gorge?
Yes, it is. I was so glad they were having people kayak down there because there were 400 more to get to the bottom, and I might have died.
All right. Let's move on to the generals. We're getting late here. Well, let's do Tom since he's here real quick.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
Hey, I checked my email, and so the ones you downloaded were just the front facing ones.
Mm-hmm.
When you send it through Apple Messages, it sends a link to download the full size images. with the mail drop. So,
See the link.
so I
but
know that I sent the full-size
I mean,
images.
these other
It's
ones
just-
came through big.
So, but they were all done exactly the same. So I don't know what happened. Maybe the download got interrupted or something, but that's definitely what happened.
Yeah, this one came through. The other two these two came through. Okay, let's do these quickly, guys, since Tom's here.
All right, Tom, were you able to get that, the fan on the left-hand side?
This was ICM, don't forget.
No, I understand.
Was I able to get what?
Yeah, well, you said this is ICM?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ICM makeup.
I'm not getting ICM out of this.
I'm not getting ICM either. My question is, if it's ICM, what was the intent of the ICM to
So
how does ICM enhance this image? And I don't see much ICM.
So it's a
I'm so
panning
glad
shot.
to hear
So it's a panning shot with the flash. And the flash is set up to hit the subject on the front shutter. So the background water has like swirls and lines in it. And that's the effect of the panning underwater. And then the flash freezes the shark. But because of how I set it up, you get a little bit of the movement of the shark as well. So I thought panning would be ICM.
It can be, but it's a little more, you're gonna pan an ICM, you'd be a little bit more extreme about it.
Like this.
Yeah, that's a bit more extreme.
Yeah. Yeah, this one just a little too in focus. You don't expect anything in ICM to really be that in focus.
Yeah, the eye in the ICM, it didn't carry through the intentional, I do see there's some blur there, but I don't get from seeing the image, the where it's, why it's intentional. Yet in the other one, yes, you did deliberately, yes, you see why it's intentional there because it gives you that painterly effect.
Yeah, the intent I was going for was to get the movement of the shark, because you're in choppy water. The sharks are kind of zipping around you, and you get. Anyway, that's what I was going for.
And strobes don't piss them off.
There's fish in the water.
Okay.
So they're into the blood.
They're in the blood. They don't care about the lights, huh?
No.
And this one, guys, quickly.
Yep, nice.
Nice one, yeah.
That one's nice. Yes. That one reflects, the intent of ICM. I definitely see that.
Take it just down.
Nice soft muted color palette.
A little bit too much
It's-
white at the top.
It's minimalist ICM.
Yep. Whoa, there's a hint there, guys. All right, let's go to our generals and get through those. All right, this one is Jim Hagan.
Somehow this shot sort of scared me.
Why, you think the boat's gonna run him over?
No. But anyway, I don't have very much to say about this shot. I don't get a sense of what the guy is doing because of the darkness right above his hat. He's not separated enough
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah. That was the issue I had. Yeah, I wish there were more separation to help tell the story between the man doing the pointing.
And it's not going to do it.
It doesn't
What
help
you do with
enough.
that. No, it's not going to do it.
Yeah, do you see what I did? I selected I didn't see him as a person because his face wasn't visible, but I selected him as the subject, and then I just brightened him up a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Any lighter and it's going to look weird.
Yeah, I see this one as, you've been telling people all night 2 steps to the left. I say in this one, move 10 steps to the right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you moved 10 steps to the right. That's correct.
Yeah. This is Dom's.
I saw this place when I was in Denver. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is a nicely done image of it. I've never seen it or been there, but I really appreciate the image here.
Yeah.
Whose image is this?
The Dom's.
Dom,
Don's?
Dominic.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Dominic. Okay. Dominic, you really do put some emphasis on your tones.
Yeah.
He's
The tonal range through this is fantastic.
He's his own guy, guys. He only shoots in black and white.
Well, I shoot in color, but I
I
only shoot in color if it's not going to be any good in black and white. But I do have some color photographs that I'm proud of. I'll put some of those in next year.
Yeah, we need to see some color.
Very nicely processed. Yeah, the tonal range is wonderful.
Well, this one is about 35 selections. So each section, each part of the concrete, the garbage can, everything is basically a selection. So I can go in and I can look at each thing in relation to the others and put it in the placement that, where I think it belongs.
Yeah, well done.
Is Brian still here?
He just walked away.
He just walked away. Okay.
I'm here.
I just wanted you to see what Dominic did as far as his blacks are concerned in his photograph.
Yeah.
His black holds just enough detail
Right here.
to hold you in.
Okay.
So when I talk about not blocking up the blacks,
Look
this
at
is a great example of how to do it.
Yeah,
look at that histogram.
Yeah.
That histogram tells the story. Look at that.
Yeah. It is almost, something else. It's just barely hitting this side over here.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
So
And it's
this
not
is
the
what
right side at
I'm
all.
talking about.
Yeah.
The darkest area is that if you look in between the two light poles,
Yeah.
Yes.
the
Right here.
lower dark portion where that window is there, that's like a 1. Maybe a half, but they try not to have any zeros unless it's an absolutely black item or whatever.
Well, my hat's off to you.
Thank you.
He spends a lot of time on
Mine,
these guys.
mine too, because I know on the right there's some buildings very, very close.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
and-
isolate that.
What was that? I didn't hear that.
From that image, that the buildings that are on the right-hand side of that picture, when I was there, I thought, man, I wish they were a little farther away.
Yeah, well,
So you did a good, I mean, to me, you did a great job.
You get what you get.
Yeah.
I know.
This one is Jack's.
Crop for me, Lynn. Bring that corner up. Oh yes, please. Yes, there. Yes. All that other clutter on the other side was doing nothing to help me see this. Because that's beautiful right there.
Jack,
Okay, I see it. I agree.
Jack, I
Yeah.
really need you to study composition.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
You're producing some really nice images. The composition's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
This thing's smack dab in the middle. Why does it need to be in the middle?
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you, Lynn.
Now I would make that black and white.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
just
the
me.
same thing.
Now you can really play with the tones of that leaf and then the area around it. You could bring up those little white, whatever they are. Yeah. And you could also then darken some of those twigs to get them, a little bit less predominant.
Yeah, it's definitely a black and white picture for sure.
Yeah, once you go black and white, there's a lot of potential
Right.
in there. I do like the muted color palette as
Me
well.
too.
I like the muted tones in
too.
color.
Yep,
I don't have a
do.
problem at all with it in color.
I played with both black and white and this, and I left it this way because I like the little gold flecks.
Mm-hmm. I like that too.
Whatever you want to call them. I call them
I-
little gold flecks.
I do like the color palette of this. I just didn't like all the clutter on the other side of the image.
I understand. Yeah, it is cluttered. Very nice. Thank you.
One is Natalie's as well. He just needs to open up.
There's a There's a really sharp vertical line in the sky above the trees.
Yeah, right above the tree on the, right, to the right. Yes, right there. What is that? It's
Looks
like a
it might have
panel.
been might have been, again, well, this one, oh,
It.
it looks
I'm
like,
wondering if it's a pano stitch and it's a stitch line.
yeah, it looks like a panel stitch line to me. Because it, you know, definitely it's a 4.2 millimeters. And I don't know that the iPhone that she's got goes that wide without doing a pano.
Yeah, I took this image and you know, I don't need to, you know, to show you, but I took it and literally in 2 clicks, you know, the line went away. I have a version of it without the line that only took 2 clicks to make it go away.
This is Barry.
Nice panorama though.
Yeah.
As far as composition.
Yeah.
I love this.
This is Barry's infrared. 5.9.
Well, I was surprised by that infrared. I've
That
never seen it go yellow.
that color combination in the infrared is definitely got a lot of visual impact.
Yeah, that's
No doubt about that.
Yeah, the only thing is it's a little bright.
Yeah, the clouds are a little hot up in the upper left. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But the composition and the visual impact of the infrared colors are very nice.
Yeah, I mean, with infrared, the super color infrared, you can have red trees and blue skies and pink trees and blue skies. Yeah, there's a lot of combinations that you can play with infrared. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, these the complementary yellow and blue, you know, go well with the white being the third.
Do that.
The third thing going on
It's
there.
not as impactful in black and white as it is in color.
Correct.
Is this
Yeah,
caused
this
by
was-
that cobalt blue filter that we talked about, I think last month?
Yeah, this was taken with a Tiffin number 47 blue filter.
Yeah.
And number 47. Cool.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Last name? Barry, what's your last name?
Olicola.
Nicola.
Okay.
Olicola.
Thank you.
This one.
Alan, before we go any further, Alan, I hadn't said hello to you tonight. So hello, Alan.
Before he goes
Hey,
away.
Robert, how are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you.
This one
Good.
is Diana's.
Is Diana here?
Diana Kale.
Yeah.
Oh, Diana Gale. Okay. Diana Gale presented an image last time, right?
Yeah, and you
That was
told me to
different to
send you a
this?
different one.
Yeah, and the back was turned and it was, yeah, this is much more successful image.
Yeah. Just
Absolutely, I agree.
a little bright.
Yeah. I have a bad habit of editing in the dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, compositionally and what's going on, as Robert said, yes, definitely much more successful than the last one. I found this one very engaging.
Right.
Very engaging.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this guy is gonna fall off into the autumn trees.
And the little hooks that are there, I
Yeah,
mean, all that
hooking.
little detail,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah. You know
So-
he didn't list free climb.
So Diana, you crossed the line
Okay.
and into the world of you can't mess up anymore.
Oh no.
Oh well. You only had 1 month of Bush. You only had 1 month of freedom, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
She's got an advantage. She's got Sylvia telling her what to do. So this one is Brian's.
Ryan, I want you to yellow up the yellows a bit more.
Voila.
Voila, thank you.
Go ahead.
Make the blues bluer. That makes the
If
yellow
you can.
bluer. Let's do this. Let's do blues and yellows at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just a little pale.
What did you do there? How did you get to that screen?
Huh?
How did
Which
you get
screen?
to the blue primer where you get the hue and say,
This is the calibration
Calibration screen.
okay,
calibration panel in the develop module. And
Okay.
it's like usually down at the bottom of all the panels. And I put mine up to the top because I use it on pretty much every color image that I work on. I learned that from who? Robert.
Oh, yeah. Brian,
Yes.
you're on your way back.
I mean, we can
Way back from what?
a little bit on the red to make the red in the background redder.
Brian, you're on your way back from where you were, because right where you were was I felt a defeatist attitude in you with your images.
He needed a trip.
Yes. Now you're on your way back.
Yep, he needed a trip and get away for a while. Oh God, guys, I can hardly breathe.
It's quite the cigar there.
That cigar is speaking.
Are those, is that tobacco leaves or what?
Tobacco leaves.
Yes.
Okay, and
He's washing the tobacco leaves.
okay, very cool.
Washing?
I have to
Yes.
tell you that my first reaction was that he was drowning something.
He was yeah. He's
Yeah, there's-
dehydrating the tobacco leaves is what he's doing.
Oh, I thought it was
That,
like dust coming off of the leaves.
Yeah, that what you see that looks like a beam of light coming down is a water shower.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think that's the longest cigar I have ever seen in my life.
So where that thing was like, he
Yeah,
said he would
exactly.
smoke it in one day.
Takes a whole day.
He said he finishes one of those cigars in 2 hours.
Well, 2 hours, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Little.
Is that an e-board?
Yeah, it was an e-board. Yeah.
Cool, that's neat.
Yeah, you have to.
I like the I like the processing, Lynn, the painterly effect
Yeah.
on this. It looks like it looks like a painting of what's going on.
It was.
It really does.
Motion to it.
Yeah,
I think it's a regular sized cigar, but a miniature sized man.
yeah. I mean, that cigar was like 1.5 feet long at least. Yeah, it was crazy. And he's down in the basement all by himself doing this all day long, I guess. He had pallets and pallets of clumps of tobacco leaves. So, but they're dried for a long time and they have to rehydrate them in order to be able to wrap them and do this.
You used to be able to get cigar clippings, whatever they have left over. You used to be able to get that from them to put in your yard for bugs.
Yeah. This almost looks like Lourdes from above.
Is this
Yeah, this is
that
a
topaz or something, the effect, the painting looking
Yeah, it's
effect?
a painterly effect. Lee, what did you use
Yeah.
on this?
Topaz Studio or?
Yeah, topaz. I forget which one though.
Yeah, they're
Impressions?
cool. Yeah, it looks cool.
yeah another nice painterly effect. That
You can't roll cigars without having a hermetic.
the one thing I would have done with this, going for the painterly effect and making it look like it looks so classic as a painting. The one thing that I keep jumping to, I would have taken the AirPod out of her ear for the painting effect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's a little white there.
I didn't even notice it until you
I
said
missed
that.
This is Fong's.
Yeah,
You're
and
a little hot over here.
if you zoom in on that, Lynn, let's zoom into and look at and cross over to the rocks, the other boat, and everything. It's not in focus, and that boat is way overexposed.
This background is Whistway volcano, so always get fog. This volcano.
Yeah.
Another side is
Shooting
Pompeii.
at way too low of a shutter speed to stop.
Oh.
Were you on a boat or were you on the land? Fong, were you on a boat?
Don't understand.
When you took the picture, Fong, were you on a boat or were you on land?
Oh, no.
She doesn't
Were
understand.
you standing or floating?
She doesn't understand.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's fairly, I mean, you're gonna shoot something like this where everything is moving. You need a much faster shutter speed than 1/320th of a second.
What I use?
Yeah, you used 1/322nd of a.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's-
okay, I got it.
A little more depth of field, a little.
And if, and
Okay.
if you were on a boat, that would make it even worse.
Okay.
You're moving and the water's moving and the boats are moving, and that's why I think the rocks are out of focus, because you were moving.
What's the focal length of the lens, Lynn?
300
300.
300. Okay. So it's also magnifying. Yeah, that's way too slow of a shutter speed with that lens.
Because
Yeah,
I
situation.
take this on the boat, this boat, this wave
On the boat, yeah.
Yeah.
on the state.
I shot a lot of stuff from the boat when I was in England, and I never shot anything less than 1,000th of a second, even faster if I had.
Okay,
if I
got
could.
it. Okay.
Yeah, so you've got it when you're moving and the boat's moving, you're moving, the boat's moving, and what you're shooting is moving. You got to really jack up your speed.
Was this a warm day as well?
Windy day, very windy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Maybe
thinking
just the
that
last
water,
week.
because at the frame that you have, you must be pretty far away, and you get water vapor distortion as well when you use a
Right,
scope
right.
at that range.
Yeah. For
Yep.
sure.
The high magnification brings in atmospheric distortion.
Yep.
I just think this on the Salento, this like a antique boat coming, so,
This is a beautiful blue.
yeah.
Just feels like it's not straight.
Oh,
I got that sensation too, but in this case, I took that as being okay. You're on a boat, the boat is rocking, and
Yeah.
and it
On the small boat,
it kind of gave me that feeling of okay, I'm in a rocking boat seeing this scene.
yeah, and it's
This is
like-
one of those cases where it didn't bother me so much that it was crooked.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
that's
it's sitting, yeah.
1.5 at 1/30th of a second, and you're on a boat.
I use the iPhone.
Oh,
iPhone,
that's an iPhone. No wonder. Yeah. Okay.
iPhone. Because use camera, cannot hold too
Hard. Yeah.
big shake.
Yeah. It's a beautiful blue color. That's for sure.
That's a very nice image. I like that one.
Yeah.
And that really gives me the feeling of of being in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm cold.
Feel cold. Yeah. This one is Kathy's. Little less.
Yeah.
Gonna crop it some more, huh?
Yeah, it just, that gives you a little better, I mean, this kind of adds some interest to the bird in where he's dived into the water. And so it gives a little bit more of, if it's that big, the bird is much smaller. If you bring it up, then the bird is more important.
Yeah.
It's more in the foreground. I definitely agree with the crop. It's a beautiful, beautiful atmospheric, moody shot that really gives you a sense of the time of day.
Yeah, it was that little period of time when the red glow is on the water.
That golden hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that eagle was flying and he took a dive into that circle. So there must have been a fish that made the
fish
Mhm.
But I didn't get the picture with him taking the dive.
Never are you in the right place for that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's still. And I looked at this and I knew the story right away. I was like, okay, that bird just hit the water there and is flying away again. I knew instantly what the story was. It told the story well.
He's not flying away. He's flying to it.
He's flying to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He actually is.
His little
Yeah.
head is right there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
And then he took a
Okay.
dive into that circle, which I didn't see until the picture was developed, until I put in the processing.
Yeah, he's flying to it. So there was something there that he was after.
Okay.
But yeah, just a little bit less water, Kathy, and this would have been great.
Okay.
One more thing if I may add, Kathy, on this one. What would have made this into a publication type of shot is if the eagle's wings were on the upswing as opposed to the downswing.
Oh, doggone it, Robert. I'll have to go back and ask him to fly again.
This is when you have a bird and you want it in the picture, spray and pray. So,
Yeah.
That's, then you hope you get the wings in the right place. That's what I do, believe me. I can
Continuous high drive mode.
hundreds.
Hold down the button.
Just hold it down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just there to take a picture of the marina.
Yeah.
And the bird accidentally flew by.
But you were at 1,000th of a second, so you were set to get this image, But
Okay.
just a few more shots and you would have had him in the wings and Robert's more pleasant place. So
Okay.
But what Robert said is true. When they publish a shot like that, it is preferred to have the wings up. He's not making that up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
This one is Lourdes's. Oh God, guys. Lourdes, this is Lourdes's. Say something, guys. Come on, it's getting late.
That motion blur works well with the story. Again, another painterly effect, but painterly effect with motion, and it tells the story that the title says it is. It's exactly what the title says it is, and it comes through.
Robert?
No, I agree 100%.
Okay. Anybody else? Nice one, Lourdes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
This one is Karen's.
Karen's. Is Karen still here?
Yes.
Karen.
Yes, sir.
Just bring the values down just a little bit there on this one right here. Karen, I love your story here.
And it looked to me
and
like he's patient, not impatient.
I'll tell you, I'm happy with the fact that you timed it for the pedestrians on the other side of the frame to be where they are.
Yeah.
Because you actually have where you move from this guy diagonally over to there, and then you move diagonally back. You may not realize it, but you formed a beautiful triangle within this composition.
I did realize that when I got this street here, there was nobody there. And so I stood there and I waited, and then the guy came out and then he started tapping his foot. And it was like, it just seemed to work all together.
Karen, let me just interject something. When you shot that leaf, you said that Jim and I were on your shoulders or in your mind. then when you come up with something really successful, you don't mean at all.
No, you are not in my mind. It just happened.
Yeah, it didn't just happen because you waited. You waited for it.
You did everything that we were just talking about to do. You did it.
Yep.
Well, I want to tell you, Jim and Robert, Karen is telling you the truth because she and I went to a museum together before and the same thing happened.
I know it's a street photograph and it's less important, but the left-hand side, the extreme left-hand side, that little black sliver bothers me. I would just crop that, even though it would be a little crooked, I would get rid of that. Just so that's it. Just so you don't see it.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that.
That I brought the tones down, the whites down quite a bit.
Yeah,
highlights.
absolutely.
Now you actually have like a starburst here on the lamp here, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
Here too. Yeah, it was just too bright.
Yeah, it's just Karen. Karen just does not think about us when she's doing serious photography.
It's funny. We pulled out an album we did in 1996. Charlie looked at it and he goes, "Oh my God." He goes, "Look at your pictures. You need to spend more time." He said, "Robert, Jim," it's like your pictures, it's like, what a difference.
Yep.
This one is
Is this berries?
Berries, yep.
Yeah.
No, this is
fine.
This is Jan's.
Jan's, hi Jan. Okay.
Hey, Robert.
Yeah. Jan, I'm digging this.
I'm glad.
Why? Now let's put it out there. It is a nice photograph and it's very peaceful. It's got some potential to have some pretty good tones. But as far as some of the imagery that you put forth otherwise, this one is very calming. Thanks, Lynn, for bringing that contrast in there.
Yeah.
It's very much needed. But you have to give it a little extra punch. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So the grounds, those ground colors are now coming through.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is the fall. This is pretty much a beautiful fall image.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, some images, as Robert said, when you see them, they evoke an emotional response, and I exactly agree with Robert. You look at this and it's peaceful and calming when you see this. This is one of those things that would be, that would do well on a wall, in a
absolutely.
in a hospital setting. This is something you'd see on the wall in a hospital for sure.
I'd love
for that reason.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And this one is Barry's.
Barry. Is Barry here?
Yep, he was. Yeah, I think so.
I'm here.
Barry. Barry, you're making me happy.
Ding, 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 ding. Ringing the bell on this one.
Barry, you are so making me happy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Barry,
I'm happy to
you
make
don't
you
know
happy.
how happy you're making me, Barry.
The placement of the elements in this,
Oh my goodness, Barry.
and the graininess and the texture in this one work well.
Barry. Barry. Barry, if we go to lunch, I'm paying for it.
Thank you.
Barry.
Nice to hear. Thank you.
No, Barry, but I don't think you know why. That's the thing. I need you to know why.
So say it. Stop saying Barry.
Barry, you have these two elements in there that are very, very different. Okay, that the male and the female, and then you have these two birds, and the birds are not crossing each other.
Yeah.
And then you have the separation of the two elements by another bird.
Yep. Awesome.
And that, Barry, if you can do more of this, man, I'll be paying for your dinner, not just lunch.
Forget about the trains. Do this. Go to the beach.
Well, last month somebody told me to let myself go and be more creative. So
There you go.
Barry, yes. Yes, Barry.
You inspired me.
I mean, yes, Barry.
She almost looks like a mermaid.
I know. Everything about this image is so interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
I was there to shoot the sunset. They just happened to go by, and I shot about 50 shots of them.
If you caught it at the right moment, man. Unless
Barry,
you added those birds.
I'm glad you're out of your element.
Yep. Try something different.
Thanks.
This one is Leslie. Moving along here. It's already 9:45.
Okay, Leslie.
I'll share my screen on this one,
Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing.
and then you can see the difference. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
Not really.
Not really. What'd you do? Oh.
Do you see it now?
Do it again.
Oh.
With the plants that surround
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
The plants are in front of her.
Oh.
Just make her more prominent.
And I could not step any more to the left.
Did you do that in Lightroom or Photoshop, Jim?
Photoshop.
Photoshop. Lightroom's too clunky for delicate work like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go in there and what did you use, the clone stamp or the erase tool?
I used the spot healing brush.
Spot healing, yeah.
Yeah.
Spot healing brush, you just click on, part that there and then go over this and you get rid of all that way.
So, but didn't they just add all that functionality into Lightroom? I mean, I know I've been using it.
No, but it's
what's his name? Brian?
Yeah.
Brian. Jim is your hero. Did you not hear him say that Lightroom is too clunky? If you're gonna have a hero, you gotta listen to him.
Yeah, here's just to explain the reason behind that. The pixels are not defined enough on those pine needles in order for Lightroom to make a precise enough selection using masking
Yeah.
So it's much easier to go in Photoshop and use the spot healing brush and just brush over it than to try and let Lightroom make a selection on blurry pixels. You wind up with our favorite thing that we hate, halos.
Yeah. Don't want
Yeah, you'll end up with pine needle halos if you try and make selections of them.
All right, next one. This one is Sylvia's.
So we run into that problem of intersecting. Not so much there on the back end. Yeah, on the back end.
Yeah, he looked like he's pooping that.
Yeah.
I looked at that later. I thought I should have taken that out.
Yeah. So on the top end, it actually looks like he might be pecking at that
I like
at that piece.
But I agree with you. I should have gotten
And these
rid of
guys, they're so quick. You got to shoot them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Talk about spray and pray. They don't stop for a second, and they're little. They're little birds.
Yeah, they're only about 2.5 inches long.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been trying to do birds. I'm impressed with this.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Well, this is when Lynn talked about spray and pray. That's what you have to do, because they are flitting in these trees just like crazy, you know. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you could have gotten rid of this because his wing.
Well, it would have been hard.
Yeah.
I know. I would have. Yeah, I probably might have made it worse. But anyway.
This one is Valerie.
I think that's so interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm. It's neat.
Is this?
I'll tell you, I immediately got a really cool visual impression when I saw this. My mind just said it's a robot on roller skates.
Yeah, I was thinking Ron.
My daughter with the Halloween costume and lights.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was roller skating, and I decided to try the ICM by swishing it as she went by. And this is one of the pictures I got.
Cool.
Well, there you go, Jim. She was on roller.
So my impression of roller skates actually came out of reality. Yeah, it looked like an electronic robot on roller skates to me when I saw it.
Yeah, cool, really cool.
I see it's bring your cat to club meeting night.
Yeah, no, his cat's always with her.
Right?
Mine was with me for half the night in here.
Last one, but not least.
Oh, now whoever shot is this? I want to know who shot this is.
This is Valerie's as well.
Valerie, do not do what you just did to me. Do not give me an emotional shot by giving me those two dark things that are coming out of her head. Do not do that.
That's it's a gorgeous shot, and I was like, okay, just take those devil horns off of there.
I took that picture quite a while back, and I have it in color, and I have it on my wall, and it's just everybody said it should be on a little Easter card, but didn't even see that.
Most people, when they're looking at their little kids, they don't see that stuff. It's like they don't see shadows on their faces. They don't see things coming out of their heads because they're so concentrating on the kids. But yeah, you gotta look at them, see all that stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, you know, at the top end of the meeting about when you're the artist, you see what you see, and you get so focused on what you see in your image that you don't actually step back and look at everything that's in your image that you're presenting that other people will see, because you get tunnel vision as to what it was about when you took the picture, and you kind of blind yourself to what else is in the image beyond what you were thinking about the image should be about.
Yeah.
Well, I should have turned in my eagle with his wings up catching a fish.
There you go. Now you know.
With a fish and a splash behind the fish.
Yeah.
I just crop it.
Well, you know, everybody needs to go back and look at all the pictures of your family and stuff that's been taken over the years. You'd be surprised how many of us have stuff sticking out of our top of our heads, because we never noticed that when we took the picture, because we never look at we always look at our people and nothing else around them. But
we're emotionally involved with the subject.
Yeah, You're in both.
and ignoring and mentally blocking out the background.
Yep. So yeah, you need to, yeah, if you look at the pictures that you've taken or other people in the family have taken over the years, you will definitely see that kind of stuff all the time. I have, believe me.
Well, I do want to say, Valerie, I am impressed with your progress.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
any last words from Jim and Robert?
No, as I hope it wasn't too brutal. I hope you guys come back next year.
Well, I hope to see everybody at the annual party. Those of you who are in the state, or if you're out of the state and you can come back, that's even better. If you can come and visit us for that one thing. But yeah, we might even I don't know. We probably can't. There's no internet there, so we can't Zoom.
Do I need to bring my horseshoes so we can play a game?
Sure. If you want to, that's fine.
I should be able to be there at a reasonable time to help set up this year, Lynn.
Oh, good. And Robert, unfortunately for him, but fortunately for us, is going to be able to come. Yay!
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be going to California and it got canceled.
Bring your lawn darts.
You are coming, Robert?
Yeah, my job.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be able to come, and now he can. So
I know you said though you're not going to be able to make your house payment though. That's the only downside. But
Yeah, my job got canceled. So.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
That means, guys, you need to sign up for stuff with Robert because he needs money.
That's right.
All right.
This is big
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging. Appreciate you.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Hey, Lynn, I
It's holiday.
resent
Bye.
those two fall.
Good
those two
night.
fall
Good
photos.
night.
We sent them.
Yeah, I resent them. I don't
Okay.
know if it's just a OBE at this point.
Okay, I'll
Overcome
try them.
events
Yeah,
or-
I'll switch them into the gallery if that's the case. Okay.
I don't know what happened because I sent all four the same way.
Every once in a while that happens and we get some wacko stuff. Who knows? All right,
Okay.
guys, gotta go. See ya. Have a good Thanksgiving.